Right, I swear I'm losing my mind. I'm gonna have to move my camera a bit. Because I've recorded this video previously, I was reading from the book, I had all sorts of amazing quotes from the book, and it's gone. And the book I'm talking about is Jailbirds. And it really pisses me off. Anyways, here I am. I'm gonna redo it as well as I can. Obviously, I don't have the book anymore. I don't have the quotes anymore. So I will have to do without that. But I do want to talk about Jailbirds by Mim Skinner. Jailbirds is essentially, it's a non-fiction book. It's about a teacher who was working in prison for quite a long time, working with inmates in a women's-only prison, and all her experiences, the people she met, everything about basically the life she had while being a prison teacher. And it's a really lovely insight into the female prison system in the UK, how it works, the issues with it, the problems with it, some of the stories of the women at the heart of the story. There were some amazing stats that I wanted to share to kind of really bring home the fact that a lot of the women in prison really don't deserve to be in prison, which thankfully I did re-find, and I will share the statistics with you. But the book was it was really good. It wasn't amazing. I think there were some things that could have been done better. So it brought together like really hard-hitting statistics, like the ones I'll read out in a moment, with the actual stories of the women at the core of it, essentially. But sometimes I found that the stories were a little bit superficial. Like I would have liked for the stories to be a little bit deeper, to maybe explore the women at the core of it a little bit more. Like sometimes it felt a little bit very generic. But let me read out some of these sobering statistics that are really important to know when thinking about this book about women in prison. 48% of women in prison are in prison to support someone else's drug habits. 84% of women are in prison for non-violent crimes. 48% of women who leave the prison are back within a year. 50% of women in prison have been victims of more serious crimes than the ones they were convicted of. So I think it was very sobering to think about. She also talks a lot about how the prison system is really not set up to help these women, how, for example, they get released without a place to stay, so then they end up back with the people who got them into prison in the first place, sort of thing. It does critique the system very well. It's also very good at challenging misconceptions. Overall, I would give it 3 stars. I haven't said that yet. So it wasn't great. Like I said, I would have really enjoyed the stories to really be a little bit... The book is quite thin, and I feel like it could have been thicker, and the stories could have been fleshed out a bit more, and there could have been just more done to really bring those stories home and to really make people understand the women in prison and why they're in prison. It did talk a lot about like some interesting things about prison, like for example the fact that men's prisons are usually much better equipped than women's prisons because they get a lot more funding. The fact that there aren't a lot of women's prisons because not a lot of women go to prison, so a lot of times women from a very large area have to all go to one prison, so sometimes they're very far away from home. There's also a bit where they have in the prison like a garden where they like rear salad and stuff, but nobody's allowed to use the salad. They can't use it in the kitchens. They can't use it like for meals and stuff. And how like her as a teacher, but then also like some of the guards and stuff were like secretly like stealing the salad so that it wouldn't go to waste because there was all this beautiful food and, you know, people are starving. Food banks would love it, right? And why couldn't we set something up where, you know, this salad could be used in a way. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a very short, because like I said, I don't have any of the quotes. I did really enjoy reading about it. I don't know that much about the UK prison system. And certainly some of the statistics were extremely sobering. Like, I sort of already knew it, but like just seeing it really in black and white is quite sobering. So yeah, overall I really enjoyed it. I would recommend reading it. It's a quick read as well. I think, you know, bits could have been done better, but it's good. 3-star. If you've read the book, if you've liked it, if you didn't like it, if you found any of the statistics really surprising, do drop me a note below. And yeah, I can't wait to read the next book. And I'm gonna talk about the next book that I've already read, but that I haven't done a video for.